Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we'll be doing something very special. We'll be counting down the top 20 classic monster card artworks. So for it to be classic, it has to be before 2003, basically before Labyrinth of Nightmare. So anything after that I do not consider it classic anymore, because during that time, this is when I was first introduced to the game. So a lot of this artwork has a lot of nostalgic value to it. The reason why I was drawn to this game is because of the unique artwork in Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, there wasn't any other artwork like this in other card games such as Magic the Gathering and Pokemon. They all have their own distinct art style, and one of the things that really draws me to this game is the unique art style of this card game. So before I start the list, a few clarification. I will not include popular cards such as Dark Magician, Red Eyes Black Dragon, because I feel like if I include all those cards, then the whole list would just be filled with those cards, and I wanted to explore more of those cards that most people might have forgotten or might not even realize it exists. I feel it's a more interesting list that way. So without further ado, let's start with number 20. Starting out at number 20, we have the card Acheron. Now I know this is a weird choice, but trust me, I have a reason for it. The reason I'm drawn to this card game in the first place is that Yu-Gi-Oh! Have a lot of weird card designs like this, and you don't really see this in any other card games during that time. And another reason why I like this card is, if you notice the shading of the color. Back then, most Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards at that time, most of the card has really flat colors and just outline. And this is one of the few cards which actually has like shading to it and color shading to it, which is, I feel, is really unique, and it kind of reminds me of the Outer Entity cards. This is why this card is sitting at number 20. And sitting at number 19, we have the card Water Element. The reason this card is in this list is because of its simplistic design. The simple facial expression, the simple movement of the hair, and the whole card artwork looks like it's like being trapped in the card border, and I feel like they actually put into consideration the card border when they design it. So it kind of gave me the nostalgic feeling of simpler card design, and that is why it's sitting at number 19. And sitting at number 18, we have Petite Dragon. The reason it's here is, to be honest, it's just a cute card. Amongst all the card artworks we know, with monsters, with complicated designs, with machine gun coming out of their ass, it's kind of refreshing to once in a while to just see a simple design with just a cute monster on the artwork, and this is why it's just sitting on number 18. And on number 17, we have Dark Elf. Little do we realize this is actually the opposite version of Mystical Elf with the Dark attribute and also the 2000 attack. One of the things that I like about the older classic artwork is that they don't really tell you the story about the card artwork, but we sort of could create it ourselves, like maybe this is the Mystical Elf's evil twin sister, or maybe she got corrupted. Even her attack and defense is the switch of the Mystical Elf. Like Mystical Elf has 2000 defense and she has 2000 attack, which is very interesting. And her facial expression is very subtle, like even though it's so subtle, you kind of could sense like an evilness in it, like maybe she have like a sex dungeon with a lot of slaves in it. I mean, that's just our imagination, and this is why this is in the number 17 spot. And for number 16, we have a card that is very hard to pronounce. It's GYAKUTENNO MEGAMI. So this is a card that apparently Kaiba used it to stop a gun from going off. So it's in a way pretty iconic card. So this card, the reason I like this artwork is rarely do we see any Yu-Gi-Oh card artwork that focuses on the face other than maybe Dark Magician Girl. I mean, it's so rare and it's very refreshing to see kind of a new perspective to it, and I kind of wish that they will do it to more other cards, because I feel like it has like a kind of a tarot card look to it, which is very unique. And also they came out with an alternate artwork of this card, which is honestly gorgeous looking, and I hope that they will keep making card artworks like this. I hope you guys are enjoying the content so far. Do consider subscribing to my channel. I do a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh contents. I do occasionally open booster packs. This is a booster pack opening channel occasionally, so do consider subscribing if you are interested in contents like this. So moving on, the next entry I feel like is like a personal taste on my own. I remember when I was a kid, I looked at the design of this card and I just love the design so much. I mean, the card that we are talking about is this Magician. There's just something very cool about this design. The robot is apparently a hologram, and it comes out from the disc. It even says from the flavor text that it's a robot that occasionally come out from the disc. I just thought that's such a cool idea, and I hope like Konami would like consider making a whole archetype out of it. Now on the 14th spot, we have our Protector of the Throne. Now the reason I like this artwork is because I just like how they draw her body posture, where she's just lazing around on the throne, the wrinkles on her clothes. I just thought that it's just so cool. The only problem I have with this artwork is that I feel the colors are a bit flat, and they could have at least do a bit of draw something to the background instead of this generic background. But other than that, I thought the body posture and everything it just looks very nice. So this is why it's on the 14th spot. Now on the 13th spot, we have ourselves Goddess of the Wind. What I like about this card artwork is not so much on the artwork itself, but what the artwork represents. I miss those days where the artwork of the card actually correspond with the effect of the monster. For the effect of this monster is once per turn you can toss a coin, you call it heads or tails. If you call it right, the attack is doubled, and if it's wrong, it's half. And then it corresponds with the picture. You saw this girl and she's like yawning, she's in a way she's like a lazy person. Some days she just want to fight, some days she doesn't. And I feel like the effect of the monster corresponds with the picture. And the thing about it is, in modern Yu-Gi-Oh, a lot of the card effects doesn't actually correspond with the picture of the card. Take for example Verte Anaconda. Okay, the effect is that you dump maybe a fusion spell from your deck, and then you get to copy the spell effect. I mean, what does the snake has to do with fusion spell? I mean, there's just this is just an example of such incident where the picture has nothing to do with the effect. So this is why I put this on such a high spot, because I just thought I just love it when artwork correspond with the effect of the card. And on number 12, we have Key Mace. To be honest, this card is just here because it's just too cute. I saw this card from the PS1 game, the one with the Forbidden Memories. And I just fell in love with this card. It's just so cute. I just love the color composition and how the key is just diagonal. I don't know, that's just something about it that I really love. And even the flavor text sort of agrees with me. It says, enemies' hearts will melt at the sight of this small fairy cuteness. I mean, true that. I mean, I have to agree, my heart did melt because of this. so that's why it's on the 12th spot. And on number 11, we have not just one but two cards. We have Alone and Rose Spectre of the Dawn. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. The reason I put two together because I feel like both of it is kind of the same thing. The reason I really like this card is I know I put a lot of cards with girls on it in this list, but trust me, I'm not being thirsty. But it's that there's just something I like about these artworks. I mean the body posture and the way the facial expression looks at you. I mean the more modern cards, they all look sort of anime-ish. I mean in a way there's an appeal to it, but I feel like they no longer draw the humans to look like human. I mean this is not human, but she has a human face. I mean they no longer draw it in like a realistic way anymore. So I feel like this is sort of a lost art. And the thing, another thing I like about it is I like the monster design itself. You know, like half of her waist is thorns. I think this was the inspiration they took. They took inspiration from this to create the Flower Princess, which is one of my favorite archetype in sort of the more modern Yu-Gi-Oh! And for them to take inspiration from an O-card means the O-card must have something valuable to be inspired by. So that's why this is kind of quite high up in the list. I will end my video here for now from number 20 to 11, and I'll continue number 10 to 1 in the next part of this video. Do stay tuned to my channel, and if you want to get notified when the next video is out, do subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you guys again in my next video.